Hey indie game fans! So the Game Awards 2018 just wrapped up earlier today, and with it came the usual slate of new releases, announcements and so forth. While cynically it can be seen as just a huge advertisement, personally I enjoyed it quite a bit simply due to the fact that we are celebrating games as a medium, coupled with exciting new games, and of course, that image of the hits of Xbox, PlayStation and Nintendo all coming together was simply very nice. Before we get into the list, a huge shoutout goes to Celeste, which won Best Indie Game of the Year, and big wins for Into the Breach, Overcooked 2, Dead Cells, The Messenger, and The Return of the Obra Dinn. Of course, these are kinda arbitrary, with many great indies that were not nominated, so stay tuned for my personal Indie Games of the Year list. Moving on, here are the top 5 best upcoming indie games from the Game Awards 2018. Among Trees caught my eye due to its very vibrant and impressive visuals, but upon digging a little deeper, this is actually a survival sandbox simulation akin to something like The Long Dark. I love the use of colors, lighting and mist, so check this out in Steam Early Access next year. Sayonara Wild Hearts is self-described as a pop album video game, which is a euphoric music video dream about being awesome, riding motorcycles, skateboarding, dance battling, shooting lasers, wielding swords, and breaking hearts at 200 miles per hour. I'm not quite sure what to expect gameplay-wise from this, but again, call me a sucker for visual eye candy. The Pathless is the next game from the creators of Abzu, and similar to the first game, has a gorgeously beautiful world. You play as a mysterious lady with a friendly hawk as a companion, and this is set in a fantasy world filled with multi-legged creatures and giant floating land masses. There appears to be more action-adventure style interactions, but again, the visuals are top of the class. I especially love a shot of our protagonist soaring in the sky. Games of No Man's Sky fame has perhaps gotten justified flack around the launch of that game, but in the months since then have continued to put out free updates and generally transform the base product, and is generally considered to be pretty good as of 2018. I was pleasantly surprised to see their name attached to The Last Campfire, which is billed as a Hello Games short, much like the Pixar shorts, and is a puzzle adventure featuring an adorable creature searching for a way home in a wilderness of lost folk, strange creatures, and mysterious ruins. This should be a short but well-crafted experience, so look out for this next year.
Where do you think you are? Who do you think you're talking to? Nobody gets out of my domain, whether alive or dead. You wish to learn the hard way? Fine. Then go. Get out. Don't let me stop you.
Wasn't planning on it, Father.
As you all might know, I am a big fan of Supergiant games, with Pyre having made my top 10 list last year. I almost jumped out of my seat when the Supergiant logo popped up on screen, even though I had a sneaking suspicion that they would show something, and lo and behold, that is the roguelite dungeon crawler titled Hades. I love seeing Supergiant get back to their action-adventure roots, since the combat looks pretty fast-paced and intense. The roguelite nature is of particular interest, since as a literal supergiant in the indie space, I can't wait to see what they do with the genre. Also, the fascinating business aspect is that it launched in early access on the Epic Store and is playable right now. This is also the reason why I now have to differentiate between Steam and Epic Early Access, but skipping Steam, at least for now, is a pretty bold move. But the game looks great, so here's wishing them all the best.
Death and I.
For more upcoming indie games, check out the previous video or click on the playlist and I will see you after the jump.